author, and this is a video. So once again, excuse all this. I'm a little out of it. However, I had this idea for a video and I forgot about it. And then I saw a post on my bookish Facebook group. I was like, that video idea. So today I want to talk about a struggle I'm having. So for my 2022 reading challenge on Goodreads, I listed that I wanted to read 50 books. And recently I hit 25. This is great. I'm on schedule. However, of this 25, 3 have been 5-star reads, and one of those was a reread. So I've had 2 new 5 stars of 25 books in my entire year. Now, I did read a book for research on a project called The Idea of Race by Ashley Montague, and that was a 5-star for me, but I don't rank my research books or rate my research books really, and it's not on Goodreads, so it doesn't count. But these 2 5 stars were also very much not my normal reading, and that was the graphic novel Fangs by Sarah Anderson, which obviously I loved. It was a 5-star, and The Paying Gap: How Sexism and Racism in Healthcare Kill Women by Anousheh Hussein. I loved your book, I'm so sorry. But yes, The Paying Gap and Fangs, and The Paying Gap being a nonfiction book that I listened to on audio. And it was great. I loved it. And I'm currently listening to White Feminism on audio, and that seems like it's going to be a 5-star read for me. However, that's 3 books of what would be 26. This is my worst reading year on record. On record. And I'm thinking, is it because I'm picking up books that I genuinely don't want to be reading? And then it's like, no, I don't do that. Like, I pick up books that I'm interested in. However, if we go back to my reading challenge, let's look at some of the books I read. So, I'm going to preface what I'm going to say next with I do like romance books. And when everything kind of sucks, I read romance books. And there has been 4 true romance books. And they were all 3 stars, I think. The Love Hypothesis might have been 4 stars. I'm not going to go back in and check. But all these romance books have been 3 stars or 2 stars. And that's not a big deal. That's kind of what I normally rate romance. Then I have 2 other books that were short because I was behind on my reading goal that I read that sucked. That were 2 and 1 star each. And I didn't think I was going to like those, but they were 30 pages and I was behind on my Goodreads goal. So those ones are on me. And then I read a short story collection that I thought I was really gonna enjoy, and I ended up rating most of the stories 1 or 2 stars, and then there was a couple 5 stars, so the overall rating ended up being a 2.5. And I don't know what's wrong. I will say that I've rated a lot of books 4 stars, Wuthering Heights was a 4-star, Monster Calls was a 4-star, I Hate Men was a 4-star, I think Killing and Dying was a 4-star. Yeah, Killing and Dying was a 4-star. You Brought Me the Ocean was a 4-star. I think The Love Hypothesis was a 4-star. Effed at Birth was a 4-star. I gave Love and Other Anxieties a 4-star. I gave Terminal Moraine a 4-star. How It Feels to Float was a 4-star. And then besides that, it's all been pretty average. I'm not having a great reading year, and I'm trying to think of why that is. And honestly, I don't know. I don't know if maybe just my reading taste has changed, which is likely. I'm now an adult, so the government tells me. It might be that while I was reading some of this, I was really burnt out with reading because of school. When you're reading, 150 to 300 pages of academic research, and then you're reading 400 pages of chapters from your textbook every week, you get a little tired. But I don't even know why. I mean, ever since the draft announcement of Roe v. Wade being overturned, I've gotten really back into listening to books about feminism and about women's issues. And looking here, white feminism and the pain gap, well, white feminism looks like it's going to be a 5-star. The pain gap was a 5-star, but You're Cute When You're Mad was a 3-star, and Women Don't Owe You Pretty was a 3-star. And I Hate Men was a 4-star. So it's not even like it's all over the place, but it's not at the top. And I don't know if last year it was just like it was such a good year because I found Heartstopper and the Aristotle and Dante sequel came out. Let's actually go back and look, because maybe I'm just overthinking this. Maybe I'm actually having a good reading year. Last year I found Heartstopper, the Aristotle and Dante sequel came out. I had Best Laid Plans, All This Gold Hurts My Mouth, the Fence series that explains it, Everything Beautiful Is Not Ruined, yeah. Red, White, and Royal Blue, Nick and Charlie, One Last Stop came out. I rated the Truly Devious series 4 stars and stuff. And I mean, out of the 36 books I read last year, I guess really, if I take the Fence series and Heartstopper as one, sorry, I haven't eaten breakfast yet, I really only had 6 5-stars. I guess it's not, I guess I'm on track for about the same reading year I had last year. It's just I read a lot of shorter graphic novels that were in issues. But I don't feel like I'm going to have a good reading year this year, and I don't know what it is. I'm halfway through the year, I only have 2 5-star reads that are new to me. What do? So I don't know how, and granted, this year I'm trying to get into literature. I'm trying to get into classics. That kind of goes same and same. Haven't started the literature journey. Margaret Atwood, I hear you calling from my shelf. But I'm trying to get into classics. I'm trying to read more poetry to know, I read a lot of poetry last year, but I'm trying to read more poetry to know kind of what's out there, to kind of know my field. And then I'm trying to read more classics. I would have never dreamed of picking up Wuthering Heights. And overall, that worked out really well for me. I enjoyed that book. I enjoyed the writing style. And I read Brave New World, and that was a 3-star, but I enjoyed that writing style. And I'm reading Animal Farm, and I'm hoping this is at least a 4-star, and I think it will be. I'm trying a lot of stuff out, and maybe that's why it's not clicking. Maybe that's why I'm not having a great reading year. But at the same time, honestly, I have no interest, I had no interest in picking up, honestly, I was a little scared to pick up How It Feels to Float because it was a long YA fiction, a contemporary, and I hadn't read something like that since Aristotle and Dante got released in the fall. That was the last time I read anything like that. So I guess I'm scared. I guess, I don't even know, maybe it is just that I'm shifting my reading taste, and that as I'm trying new things, I'm developing more critiques of the things I used to read and that sort of thing. Or maybe it's the fact that I'm 18 now, and maybe the books that I bought when I was 14 don't interest me. I don't know, and I'm hoping it will improve. I'm hoping that through whatever-a-thon, I'm trying a lot of new things in whatever-a-thon, I can find some new favorites, and I'm hoping that, this year, it would be nice to do a top 10 video, but if I don't even have, I don't want to do I'm not even gonna do that if I don't have 5 stars, right? If it's mainly 4 stars, what's the point of me doing that? And I'll do an update, and I want to do kind of what Books and Lala does, but I don't read enough to have to do quarterly stats. But I would like to see my stats at the end of the year and see what I actually read and what was going on. And I'm highly interested in most of the academic research I do, right? I wouldn't pick the things especially next year, I'm going into a year where it's just courses based on my two majors and hopefully honors. But it's literally 18 hours of political science and 12 hours of history. Like, it's just going to be my interest, and I'm excited about this. Well, except for political philosophy, don't get me started on that. But like, overall, I'm excited for my academic things next year. And maybe I just don't enjoy fiction like I used to, because I feel like I used to hate, I mean, you don't really do academic research in high school, but I did do like a research paper in 11th grade on the French Revolution, which is something I was really interested in, for English class, like between, the Crucible, Hysteria in the Crucible, and Hysteria in the Great Terror, in the French Revolution. That was great. I loved doing that. But like, it didn't make me feel fulfilled. But now that I'm in university and I'm doing all this reading and I'm like genuinely learning things every single day, I feel very fulfilled in my school reading. And it's not like high school where they give you a fiction book. I mean, I always found value, except for Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet, horrible play. Macbeth and Hamlet. Hamlet's my favorite Shakespeare that I've read. They are so much better. Romeo and Juliet sucked. Okay? I will stand by that. But anywho, like, I feel much more fulfilled. And I mean, I always found, Washington Black, I saw the inherent value of. Margaret Atwood, The Handmaid's Tale, has inherent value. 3 Day Road has inherent value. Like, all of the books I read, The Town That Drowned, inherent value. And I actually did a poetry collection about that for that class. But this year, I was very afraid that I would go in and I would hate the reading and I would hate everything about it, but I enjoy it. And I think kind of transitioning back into a sense of fiction, and not that YA stuff is fluffy, and maybe it's the fact that I have been reading fluffy books. I'm not getting the same value. I mean, there's value in every story, but at the same time, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I mean, also last year I read After, so maybe last year wasn't the best reading year for me either. But I think last year, since like I found so many things that I genuinely loved, like the entire Heartstopper series, and like stuff that was like good, like stuff that was 4 stars. Like, this year it's been very like all over the place. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to improve this. And I don't think I'm going to change what I'm doing. Like, I think it is just this year I'm trying to figure out what adult Emma likes to read. And if that's YA, super cool. And if it's a bit of everything, even better. But I don't know. We're gonna see. I will keep you guys updated, and we'll see if I get any favorites through whatever-a-thon. And yeah. So, if you'd like to know more of my thoughts, you can check out my first poetry collection. The buy link and the Goodreads link is in the description below. Buying it helps me, rating it helps me, shelving it helps me. It's all great. And then if you want to see more from me, you can check out my author page on Facebook, which is also linked below. And yeah, other than that, I mean, if you liked this video, you could always do a little subscribe too. But other than that, I hope you're having a great day. Bye.